Hello. Are you feeling overwhelmed? Are you feeling like there's so many things about the raw vegan diet? Are you stuck in perfectionism, or are you feeling anything that is preventing you from adding more raw food to your diet? Well, today we're going to be chatting about how to cope with feeling overwhelmed and how to start a raw vegan diet. So this is also a hybrid Q&A session, so if you have any questions whatsoever about anything about the bundle, about raw food, about me, about whatever, post in the chat below. And if you haven't gotten it yet, please go grab the Ultimate Raw Vegan Bundle because it's all brand new content. It's not the same as any other bundle. It's all raw. It's all oil-free. It's low-fat. You get my hand salads ebook. You get Nate's Kitchen Essentials course. You get 40 brand new pieces of content for $50, valued at over $1,800. So if you were to buy all of our brand new stuff after the bundle separately, it would cost you over $1,800. But you get it all for $50 if you click the link in my bio or in the description box below if you're watching on YouTube. You look beautiful. Aw, thank you for that kind comment. This is day 6 of my hair. I haven't washed it or done anything. I just keep adding the curls because this bundle event is probably the most work out of the entire year for us. We're going live, I go live maybe 6 to 7 hours a day. And then on top of that, I'm editing videos for daily YouTube. So every day we're posting what we ate from the Ultimate Raw Vegan Bundle. So we have to edit that, we have to do the voiceover, and we have to post it. And there's so much work that goes on behind the scenes. And it's such a crazy week, but we love it so much. We love to be here to help you guys. And so I have only just been curling my hair like little pieces. So I'm glad that you like it. But yeah, so today I want to talk about feeling overwhelmed. And when you hop into a raw vegan diet, most people feel overwhelmed because there's a lot of information out there and there's a lot of conflicting information out there. So I just want to dive into that because this is a big struggle for some people. And on YouTube, every day I've been posting a video about a common struggle on the raw diet. And I polled Instagram, I polled you guys, and I was like, what are some of your biggest struggles? And actually later today at 4 p.m., we're going to be live again, so you can share your struggles in the chat and we can talk and brainstorm about that. So it's kind of like a healing circle online. So that's going to be happening here at 4 p.m. PST. But so I asked what are some of the common struggles, and every day I'm posting on YouTube one common struggle, 11 videos of that. So, but I didn't do one on specifically overwhelm. So I wanted to do this live and share about what my perspective on overwhelm. Number one, when we are feeling overwhelmed in anything, and this can go for a new job, it can go for a new hobby, it can go for any skill, like if you're learning a new language or learning an instrument or anything. Feeling overwhelmed is a sign that you're stepping out of your comfort zone and you're stepping into the realm of the unknown. And we as human beings, we like to know things. And the knowledge gets rid of the fear. So when you know things, then it's like there's no unknown, right? You know it and you feel comfortable with it. But when you don't know something, you're like, what do I do? I don't know what to do. And then you start to feel that overwhelm. And the overwhelm, again, is just a sign that you don't know it yet, which is totally okay. And like we talked about with Sachi and Miriam yesterday, it's okay to accept yourself where you're at. And it's okay to not know everything. None of us know everything. I don't know everything. No one knows everything. So we're just trying to share perspectives and help you every day, one little piece at a time, so that you can change your life. But the change happens slowly. It doesn't happen overnight. There are some people who can go raw overnight, but it's the accumulation of the knowledge that actually helps to make it easier. So in the beginning, yes, it does feel overwhelming, but in order to help with the overwhelm, we have to take it one day at a time. And some people need to take it just one meal at a time. Sometimes that's as small steps as you can possibly get. And I learned this from a friend who was in AA, And he said, sometimes I have to take it 1 minute at a time. And that was really powerful, because we get into a raw diet and we're like, oh, I need to be raw. I need to be raw for 10 years, or I need to be raw for 30-day challenge, or I need to do this and I need to do that, and need, or have to. And these words, when we say it that way, it puts a lot of pressure on ourselves, and it also can feel like a chore. I have to feels very much like a chore. Like you have to do it, right? Instead, changing the words can help to eliminate a little bit of the overwhelm by saying I choose to, or I want to, or I get to. Like, these words can really help bring up a little bit more motivation in us, and they can make us excited about our choices, because ultimately it's a choice. Whether you choose processed food or you choose whole raw food, it's a choice. And instead of labeling it as good or bad, just take it for what it is, just a choice, and learn from it. If you choose the processed food, learn about your choice. Learn about why you chose that. Learn about how you could do things differently. Learn about how your body reacted to that choice. Instead of putting a label on it, just learn from it. That's what and I hate using the word mistakes, but that's what society calls them. Society calls them a mistake. I call them a choice. And it's not a mistake. It's a learning opportunity to learn about yourself. And if you choose the salad, explore that choice. Explore how that salad made you feel, how it felt in your body, how you feel about yourself when you choose the salad. So explore the choice and explore your feelings with the choice instead of labeling it good or bad, because that again puts a lot of pressure and overwhelm on us, because we have to be perfect, or whatever ideas that we have about the raw diet, where, like, for example, if somebody got sick or whatever, like, maybe your eyesight isn't as good as it was when you were 20, and you're 56 now, and it's not as good, but you're a raw vegan, or you're high raw or whatever, and somebody says, oh, it's your raw diet, that's why you're losing your vision. And that in itself creates more overwhelm and pressure and judgment on the raw vegan diet, because the raw vegan diet is not the cure for immortality. It's not the cure for immortality. It doesn't give you immortality. It doesn't completely 100% stop the aging process. It supports the aging process so that we age gracefully and powerfully, like somebody said in the chat the other day. I loved that. Age gracefully and powerfully. It supports the human body to the best of its ability, but we're still human being. We're not immortal, and we're not going to live forever. But it's about moving through life with the most support that we can give to our bodies, and the most respect that we can give to our bodies. So that's the goal. And to not put judgment on the raw diet as if you do raw, suddenly everything in your life is going to be absolutely perfect, because life is life. Things happen and we age, and that's okay. It's about loving yourself through every stage of life, loving yourself through every shape that your body is, whether it fluctuates, because our bodies fluctuate. That's something that's completely normal, and we have to learn how to accept that. In society, and especially I found in the healing communities, if somebody fluctuates, or if someone gets sick, or if someone experiences anything, suddenly it's their diet or it's what they're doing. And sometimes it's okay to just relax and accept your body where it is and support your body through the process, whatever that might be, instead of placing judgment on the food or on judgment on all kinds of stuff, because sometimes it's not the food. I did a video the other day about the Wheel of Health. It's not all about diet. Yes, diet plays a massive role, and it's very important that we put healing whole raw foods into our body as much as we can. But there's so many other things that we need to focus on as well to have an overall healthy life, like our emotional health, our mental health, exercise, hydration, sleep, which is the axle that holds everything together. We need to focus on these things as well as the diet, finding our passion, spending time in nature, getting adequate sunshine, and finding things and reasons to enjoy life, because that's what's going to bring us that joy for life. We need to do more than just focus on our diet, and to not feel so overwhelmed in the beginning, because there's a lot to learn. I mean, there's a lot to relearn because we've learned a lot of stuff. We've learned diet culture. We've learned what the medical community thinks we should do. We go online and we see memes with there's a lot of misinformation out there. There's a lot of fear out there. Do this or this will happen. Those are hooks, and they catch you and they suck you in, and then you make choices out of fear. Like if somebody says all cooked food is poison, then suddenly that person, if that person has a tendency to default to extremes, that person might now believe that all cooked food is poison, and that is a disservice to themselves, because choosing raw because you're scared of cooked, or choosing raw because you're against cooked, is a different intention than choosing raw because you believe in raw. And the thing is, like, we put these extremes, and then people feel overwhelmed because they can't hit these extremes. They can't reach these extremes that someone else online promotes. So my whole goal with my social media is not to teach you to be perfect. My goal is to teach you to eat more raw food and to do other things that are more balanced in everything. So it's very, 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 very important to be discerning when you're hearing things online, and to learn that it's not about absolutes. If somebody is using an absolute statement, like never get sick again, ever, like this is a very, very dangerous guarantee, because it sets people up for disappointment and possible grief and challenges and stress, because they're not perfect. If they suddenly, for some reason, get sick, and then they blame the diet, and then they question the diet, when in reality, it's just something your body is going through, and it's okay. It's okay. We do not need to be perfect, because there's no such thing as perfect. I saw a reel the other day, and this reel was actually quite a mind-opening reel. I really liked it. I want to share it with you right now. One person A said, slow progress is still progress, and it's beautiful. And the other person B said, why are we labeling progress as slow or fast when it's actually just progress? Whether it's slow or fast, we don't need to label progress. We just need to have progress. And I thought that was very profound, because we're constantly trying to label everything as whatever, when it just is. It just exists in itself. So choosing raw food, you do not need to be perfect according to whatever someone online says. It's about learning more and expanding your knowledge, and learning that life is fluid and life fluctuates, and we learn new things. We should be evolving with science, not stuck in dogma from the past. Evolve with the science and be okay with opening and ingesting new information. You don't have to agree with everything, but ingest the information and question, is this an absolute statement? Is this creating a fear choice within me? Am I choosing this because am I choosing organic food because I'm scared of non-organic? Am I choosing only organic because I have to, or I need to? Or if I don't eat organic, I'm going to be sick? Yes, for some people, some pesticides can be detrimental to them. But instead of choosing it out of that state of fear or a state of worry, choose the organic because you want it. Release that need to be perfect, because that, I feel, is what is creating the overwhelm. It's creating the challenges that are completely not part of a raw diet, I believe anyways. And people are feeling so overwhelmed because they feel like they need to be perfect, and we do not. There's a reason why it's called a yoga practice or a piano practice. Like, think of a piano practice or guitar practice. It's a practice. And no one judges like where your perfect is, because it's a practice. It's a daily, consistent practice of whatever skill that you're trying to improve on. And there's no end game. There's no, oh, all of a sudden you are at the end of your guitar practice. You're at the end of your language practice. You're at the end of your yoga practice. This isn't a thing. And we know that. It's not the end, because you're constantly improving, even if you're at these advanced levels where you've been practicing, you've put the hours in and you're really good at it. There's always room to continue practicing, because if we don't continue practicing, we atrophy the skill. So it's a practice. Raw food is a practice. It's not a perfect. We don't need to be super perfect right off the bat, because again, perfect doesn't exist. So there's no reason to feel that overwhelm. Instead, to help with the overwhelm is to take it one day at a time. That's really all it boils down to. It's very simple. Like my friend in AA, he would say sometimes you just have to do 1 minute at a time or one meal at a time. Anna Marina says, makes me want to look at the progress that has happened to me and acknowledge it. Simple desires that have changed. I crave salads now when I used to have to make myself eat them. And that's the thing too. It's a slow progress. We get better at things when we practice them. And that's like any habit at all. When you start a new job, you get better at it the more you go to work. When you start learning a new language, you get better at it as you practice. And the same thing happens with raw food, or changing your diet, or adding an exercise regime, or going to bed early. For example, the more you practice it, the easier it gets, and the more value you see in your new habit. So the whole thing is actually scheduling your new habit in and getting it done in the beginning stages where it's challenging, because you're dealing with your current habits, which aren't helpful to you, and you want to change your habits. And that's another thing that I find really interesting, is that we want to change. And if we want to change, then we would change, right? You would think, well, if you want it, you would change. We have to really explain to ourselves what we truly want. Because there are, again, we're not labeling stuff here. We're not labeling something as good or bad. We're just accepting it for what it is. So let's use going to bed early as an example. We might want to go to bed early, but we also want to go to bed late because we have things to do or whatever it is. Going to bed late isn't bad, and going to bed early isn't good. And that's really hard to release, because we are like, well, going to bed is good, early is good, and going to bed late isn't ideal, right? So we want to label these things. But if you release the labels for a second and just get comfortable with being uncomfortable about releasing the labels, we realize that it's just a choice. Going to bed late is a choice, and going to bed early is a choice. The outcome is what makes us continue the choice. So if we enjoy staying up late and watching Netflix, we're getting certain things out of that. There's rewards for us, dopamine, easy, habit, that kind of thing. If we go to bed early, there's different rewards that come with that. Feeling refreshed in the morning, getting a good night's sleep, improving our health, that kind of thing. So there's different results that happen when we go to bed early. But the thing is, instead of saying I have to stop going to bed late, change it to I want to go to bed early. It shifts everything. Like when you say I have to stop going to bed late, you're putting yourself in that fight state. It's more negative, right? You're fighting the current habit. Instead of fighting the current habit, embrace the new habit. Because when we're fighting the current habit, we don't have something that we're replacing it with. Like, for example, if you are trying to go to bed earlier and you're like, I have to stop going to bed late. If you don't have a plan, then you're probably going to still stay up late because you don't have a plan. So when you have a plan to plan your new habit, then you can say, I choose to go to bed early. And tonight I'm going to set an alarm in my phone for 8:15 and I'm going to go to bed early. Decide it for yourself, because if that's what you want, then you would do it, right? Because that's what you want. If you want to go and hang out with a friend at the park, you do it, right? If you want to make a raw wrap from the Ultimate Raw Vegan Bundle, you do it. If you want to go to bed early, you do it. So it's really about your desire. What do you really want? Because we want to go to bed late. We want to watch Netflix. We want to stay up and hang out with our friends. And that's okay. We have to be okay with that. But we also want to go to bed early. We also want to extend our life. We also want to enjoy feeling refreshed in the morning. We want both things. So that's why I say release the label, because we do want both things. The ultimate question becomes, what do you want more? What do you want more? Would you rather stay up late with your friends? That's your choice. You're going to experience things from that, and that's your choice as well. If you want to go to bed early more, then choose that and then experience the results of that choice. So releasing the good and bad can really help to release the feelings of overwhelm, and really accepting every choice as your own choice. You're powerful. You're very, 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 very powerful. There's a book, and it's a really good book. It's kind of mind-blowing, because when I had to read it like a couple pages at a time, because I really needed to absorb a lot of the stuff that I learned in that book. It's called Myths of Choice by Claire Mann. I'm going to put it in the chat right now. Myths of Choice by Claire Mann. And Claire Mann is a vegan, and she has some really awesome books. She has one called Vistopia. I'm going to put that in here too, Vistopia. And she coined this term Vistopia, which is the anguish that a vegan feels living in a non-vegan world. And that Vistopia book I've read multiple times, and I go back to it because it's a really refreshing, I learn something new every time. But Myths of Choice is a really great book that talks about the myth of having no choice. For example, if somebody says, hey, can you help me move? I'm moving and I need help. Can I borrow your truck? And the person says, no, I have no choice. I can't lend you my truck. They say they have no choice because they don't want to lend you the truck, because they are using it for something else. The thing is, there is a choice involved, even when there is no choice involved. So they do have a choice. They could give you the truck, but they don't want to give you the truck because they need it for something else. So they're making a choice. So it's not that they don't have a choice. Like, I have no choice. I can't attend that benefit, for example. You do have a choice. You're just choosing something else instead. That's the thing. So when people say I have no choice, yes, you do. You have a choice, and you're making a different choice. That's what it is. And that book is very eye-opening. So I highly recommend reading that. And I really recommend checking out the other books from Claire Mann, because she's got some very, very, very mind-blowing perspectives, and it's very, very good. Bonnie is saying, your wrap book is amazing. I ordered the trays and I'm going to make them soon. I'm so glad you got the wrap book. It's my brand new release, my raw vegan wrap book. It's called Hand Salads. It's called Hand Salads, and the reason we called it Hand Salads is because our friend Angelica, who also has a course in the bundle, it's the Yin Yoga for Beginners, which is amazing. It's only available in the bundle, by the way, so you have to get the bundle to get her course. But we went hiking with Angelica one day, like a year or so ago, and we made her burgers on the tailgate at the hike, and we're eating them in our chairs, and she's like, it's like a hand salad. And we laughed, and so ever since then, we always joke whenever we have a burger or whatever, we're like, oh, we're having hand salads tonight, and she knows exactly what we're talking about. So when I pulled Instagram and I asked what you guys wanted to see from me next, and it was overwhelming for wraps, I was like, okay. So I'm thinking about the title, and I'm like, well, wrap is kind of like, in a way, it's a burger because you're just wrapping it in something and you're eating it with your hands. And I'm like, a wrap is a hand salad too. So I decided to name the ebook Hand Salads. And this book will be in print, but it won't be in print until late summer, maybe fall, because I have to completely reformat it, and print is a lot different than ebook. So it's a lot more work. It's another project that I have to take on after the bundle is done. So if you guys did want to get the bundle, if you want to get my wraps ebook and everything else that's brand new in the bundle, there's 40 things in there. And it's interesting because when I say 40 things, it's not just one or two things you're getting in the bundle. 40 is a big number. You're getting 40, and everything is brand new. We all worked all year to create new products for you in this bundle. And you can get it, the link is in my bio or in the description box if you're watching on YouTube. Get the bundle. It's a great way to support us, but it's more importantly a great way to support yourself, and you don't need to be a raw vegan to enjoy the contents of this bundle. There's so much information. There's courses, there's interviews, there's over 400 brand new raw vegan recipes. It's low fat focused and it's delicious. It's a great addition to your life. There's a group collaboration ebook in there that is unique to this bundle, and we won't be selling it at all ever after. So if you want to get that collection ebook, that is in the bundle as well. But I'm open for questions. If you guys have any questions about feeling overwhelmed, or feeling like there's struggles or confusion or whatever on the raw diet, you're more than welcome to post in the chat. I'll be here for a little bit longer if we have questions. Oh, you're wonderful. Thanks for the great work. Thank you. Nate made this smoothie. This smoothie is mango, banana, there's some pine berries, which are white strawberries. We got those strawberries I think in like November or December, and we had them frozen because we couldn't eat them in time. We had so much other produce, but that's got pine berries. You could use strawberries instead. I think he's got a couple other things in here. Anna Rena's saying, can you speak to the overwhelm that happens when I decide to go raw? And then I'm instantly worrying about the future. Am I ever going to have that again? Thank you. Thank you for asking this question. This is a very good question, and I have something to share with you about that. Okay, so when you have the feeling, oh, I'm never gonna have that again, that creates a lot of pressure for you to be perfect. So what I say to that is, use procrastination to your advantage. So we're all good at procrastinating. I mean, everyone, you know, like we're all really good at procrastinating. We say, I'll do it tomorrow. I'll do it next week. I'll do it later. I'll do it this time. I'll do it after the holidays. I'll do it after my birthday. I'll do it after that event. We're really good at procrastinating. So we can use that skill to our advantage by procrastinating on things that we no longer wish to be doing, but that we still kind of might still want to do. Then this is all up here. It's all mindset. You're not telling yourself that you're never going to have pizza again. You're telling yourself that you're going to have it some other time, or you might have it some other time. But today you're raw. Today you choose raw. And so whenever you have a craving for whatever, you could say, I'll have it another time. And that really releases the pressure of never. And that's why I don't like absolutes, because absolute statements in all kinds of different forms create pressure within ourselves and create stress and overwhelm. So instead of saying, I'm never, ever, ever going to have cooked food again, say, today I'm raw vegan, and maybe someday I'll have cooked food. That someday might never come. And if we know our own procrastination, someday usually never comes. Like someday could be never. And that's okay, right? It's that just releases the pressure, and it's all up here. You might never have cooked food again, and that's totally fine. But when you say never, then you feel like having it, because it's that pressure. It's the overwhelm of having to be raw. Instead, just come back to yourself, come back to the day, come back to the present, and say, today I choose raw food. And today I'm going to buy the bundle. Go to the link in my bio or in the description box and get the bundle and open the bundle. Open some random book that looks interesting to you. Find a recipe that looks interesting to you and make it. And have some more raw food. So come back to the present moment. Instead of thinking of never or next year or 10 years or whatever, Shelly's asking, can you pin this live, please? It's going to be on YouTube. I'm going to download it for YouTube, but it'll be in my videos on my channel. So it will be there again for you. But yeah, just come back to the present and tell yourself, today I am a raw vegan. And then just do the same thing again tomorrow. Tomorrow, wake up and say, today I choose to eat raw food. And then plan out your day, and then just focus today, one day at a time. You don't have to focus on being perfect forever, because that's not the point. The point is progress, and to not label your progress. Your progress is just progress. It just is what it is. So hopefully that helps. Using the procrastination to your advantage can really, really, really help releasing that pressure. Just say, I'll do it another time. We're good at that, so might as well use it to your advantage. We've got here, love that you have these lives to talk about the bundles. Otherwise, I would be completely overwhelmed and probably wouldn't have bought the bundle. Thank you for sharing that. And yes, we do these lives because we want to not only talk about the bundle, but we want to help introduce you to new people to follow and get inspired by, find new ways to be motivated, and get new recipes to add new flair into your life. There's so much that the bundle can bring to your life. And every time we do a bundle, I get messages like a year later, and people say, thank you for the bundle. It changed my life. And that right there is like the reason why we do the bundles, because these bundles do change people's lives. They open the bundle, you're getting 40 contributions from all of us, and everything is brand new. You can learn yin yoga, you can get an introduction to sound, sacred sound. Lexi has a course on DBT. It's like emotional releasing techniques and stuff, like it's very psychological. There's a food freedom course in there. Plus there's 400 more recipes, my wraps, which can help you so that you can have raw at work or school or go hiking or camping or whatever. There's so much in this bundle, and thank you for sharing that. And we've been sharing on our YouTube channels, me and Nate, what we ate in a day from the bundle. So if you want to see some of the things that we made almost 50 things over the 11 days from the bundle, and we share those every day in our videos to help you to explore new things in the bundle. Because a lot of people, especially if you were following me, I've had people say, I bought the bundle just for your rap book. And that's great, and thank you. I'm so happy that you're excited about the rap book. But there's also so many beautiful contributions in this bundle. Like for example, Sachi, my sweet dear friend in Japan, her name is Sachi, and she wrote a book called I Put Love in My Body. And it's all about self-love. Has nothing really to do with the diet. It's all about why, your intention behind why you choose raw. Because raw food isn't going to heal your relationship with food. It'll help support your body, but it's up here, your self-love, and choosing things because you love yourself and because you respect this priceless body that we've been gifted for free. It's funny how we don't value things that we've been given for free. And we value things that we pay hundreds of thousands of dollars for, but we didn't pay for our bodies. It's a gift from nature for us to experience this life in. So why not respect it? Why not put the best fuel in? Why not give it that rest that it needs and move it and challenge it in good ways? Like that's another thing that I've talked about quite often, is challenging the body, challenging the gut microbiome to grow and be stronger, even though it might feel a little uncomfortable, because we challenge our lungs with breath work, which is uncomfortable. We challenge our hearts with cardio, which is uncomfortable. We challenge our muscles with weights, which is uncomfortable. We challenge our circulatory and lymphatic system by cold showers, which are uncomfortable. We challenge our mind with meditation, which can be uncomfortable. These things are uncomfortable, but they're good stress on the body to help build and strengthen the body. And the gut is no different. The gut microbiome needs to be challenged in order to grow. So introducing new foods that, in small amounts, of course, that might be challenging for you, that is really helpful to challenge and grow your gut, because we shouldn't be stagnant. Obviously, in anything in life, we need to grow, and the little challenges are good. So thank you for sharing that. Challenge yourself to open one book from the bundle every week and make some recipes in it. My thoughts are, what am I going to eat? I still need a plan for starting this. That's a good question. People feel overwhelmed with all the recipes, and which is totally cool. Remember, overwhelm is just stepping out of your comfort zone. Another thing that's really amazing for dealing with overwhelm is planning. Planning is a key secret to life in general. When we plan, we have something to do, right? But the key is like, how do I plan? So smoothie for breakfast, make something like open up the, in the bundle, there's an ebook called Smoothies and Spice and Everything Nice. It's a smoothie ebook with spices and herbs and stuff added too. So you could choose a smoothie from there. And then you could open up, for example, Matt Bennett. Matt Bennett has an ebook called 5-Star Salad Revolution. You could make a salad from that for Matt for lunch. And then you could, let's see who else is really awesome. I mean, everyone's got some seriously amazing stuff in the bundle. Rick and Karen Dina, Dr. Rick and Karen Dina have their ebook in there called The Dressing Difference, which teaches you how your salad nutrition changes when you add a whole food blended dressing to it. So they have like nutrition breakdowns and everything. Their book is amazing. So say you make one of their recipes for your dinner, or you make Rennie or Jesse's recipe, or you make a recipe from Wendy or Emma or Edith or Sky. There's so many recipes in there. You can choose anything and make it. Just make a plan. Plan your smoothie in the morning and then have a salad for lunch. And then if you want to make one of my wraps, start that the night before, so you have wraps the next day. So it's really great to just dive in and choose 3 meals and then just do those the next day and see how you feel. And then the next day, do the same thing over. I like to say, when you're planning your day, plan it the night before. A successful day starts the night before. So before you go to bed, plan out your smoothie for breakfast, plan out what you're gonna have for lunch, plan out what you're gonna have for dinner. And then after you've planned all that out, read the recipes so you know when to do the prep. So for example, if you're going to have a dressing in the evening that requires that you soak seeds, for example, soak them in the morning when you make breakfast. That way, when you get home from work or when you start to make dinner, your seeds are already soaked. Then you don't have to worry about it because you planned it. Plan it. Make sure you read through the recipes and be like, oh, I have to do this at this time and I have to do that at that time. Set alarms if you need to, and just plan out your day and then just follow your plan. It's really as simple as it can get, is making sure you have a plan and knowing when you need to do the things to get your plan in place. Like for example, if you're gonna make a salad for lunch and you need extra salad for dinner, chop double at lunch. Have extra salad ingredients chopped and ready to go in the fridge. If you have like very little time, you could blend a double batch of dressing. If you blend a double batch of dressing and split it into 2 jars, you've got your dressing lunch for day 1 and your dressing lunch for the next day, and you don't have to worry about it. If you're making my wraps, for example, each wrap recipe makes 2 wraps. So if you make the wrap recipe on Sunday night before you go to bed, you can wrap both of them on Monday morning, and then you have Monday lunch and you have Tuesday lunch. Done. And then Tuesday night, you would just blend another batch of wraps, and then you have wraps, wrap them up on Wednesday morning, you have Wednesday's lunch and Thursday's lunch. And then Thursday night, you make another recipe in there, and then Friday morning, you wrap both of them. You've got wraps for Friday and then Saturday. So you could totally do that. That's what Nate and I have been doing. We've been making the wraps the night before, and then we've got wraps the next day and for the next day. So we make double batches, obviously, because there's 2 of us. But that's really helpful too, planning and scheduling. Anna Rena says, also fear of future situations where we aren't in control, like a wedding, a gathering, or traveling. Excellent question. So what do you do in the future if you're worried about the future? Number 1, release the worry. Because worry only happens because you don't have a plan. And yes, if you go to a family gathering or whatever, you have to go with a plan. And a lot of these impromptu family gatherings and stuff usually have a plan. It's like, hey, can you meet me here for this time? As soon as you are going to go somewhere, set the intention when you go. What are you going to eat? How are you going to feel? What are you going to say? What are you going to do? Plan that. You don't have to plan exactly what you're going to eat if you know there's going to be other things there, or take your own stuff to family gatherings. I've been to a few weddings since being raw. I've been raw now for almost 9 years, and I've been to a few weddings. 2 weddings in particular I'll chat about really quick here. The first wedding, I used to be a wedding photographer, actually, before I started doing the raw food romance thing. I was a professional photographer, and I did weddings, I did boudoir, I did newborn, couples, families, that kind of thing. So that was my career before the raw food thing. And I went to this one wedding. I had in my contract not to worry about food because I would just take my own food to the reception because most people didn't have raw stuff for me. But this one wedding, the bride asked me, they were like, what do you need to eat? And I was like, don't worry about it. I'm a raw foodie. I'm a raw vegan. So no animal products. Everything's uncooked. So, but don't worry about me. I'll bring my own food. It's all good. I get to the wedding and I'm sitting at the table at the reception. I'm like doing my job, taking my photos and stuff. And the banquet manager came up to me and was like, are you the raw vegan? And I was like, yeah, I am. And she's like, the chef made you a 3-course meal. I just wanted to make sure that it was you or whatever. I was like, what? It was so cool. The bride actually went to her catering manager or whatever and asked if they would make me special raw food. And I was like mind blown because I had a salad prepared and ready, but they had something amazing for me. They had a raw gazpacho soup to start. They had a salad. They had another like kind of like a coleslaw thing with a cashew dressing, and it was so precious. And they came out and they were like, oh, we had so much fun making that for you. And I found out that the head chef, her nephew, was into raw food. He wasn't a full raw foodie, but he was into raw food and he was vegan. And so she got recipes from him to make for me, just for me. And I was like mind blown that they took the time to do that. So that was one wedding. The second wedding that I went to was my cousin, Elizabeth. She got married and she asked me, she was like, hey, we're having a banquet, like buffet style. Is there something that you want or need? And I was like, don't worry about me. I bring my own food, right? And she's like, but I want you to have some of my stuff. And I was like, okay, well, if you're going to have a buffet, have the dressing separate from the salad and just have the raw salad ingredients so people can pick and choose what they want on their salad. And she's like, that's a great idea. So she had these like big, like probably the biggest size steel bowls that you can possibly imagine on the table, full of mixed greens and lettuce. And then other little bowls with like bell peppers and whatever else. So I went back for 4 salads. I brought my own dressing. I had it in a little jar in my purse. And so I would just load up on greens. And I went back 4 times to get these greens. And my little second cousin who was sitting across from me at the table, she was like 8, I think, at the time. And she was just really inspired by how many vegetables I was eating. And she went back for a second plate. And when she came back, it looked like mine. She had like her other stuff on there, but she loaded it up with greens. And then she was eating it. She's like, look, I'm eating like you. And I was so happy because she was getting more greens into her diet. And that was really precious to see. And then after they had these big bowls, they still had some mixed greens in the bottom. And my uncle, the bride's dad, came up to me and was like, you want the rest of the greens? So during the speeches, I had this like, this bowl was like, it was so big, this bowl. It took up like most of the table and I just sat there and ate the greens. It was so fun. But really embracing who you are and not worrying about what other people think. And I know that's easier said than done, but you gotta be you and be authentic and do it because you want to do it. If you're thrown into a situation where you're challenged, like you don't know what you're going to eat or whatever, always default to fruit. And if fruit isn't around, just try to eat whatever greens you can. Ask for what you want. That's something that's really interesting too, is if you go to a restaurant and you ask, they're likely going to give to you because they are going to make a sale. And a lot of times at the restaurants, they are happy to make something different because they're making the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over every day. And it's, you know, in a way it can be boring for some people in their job doing the same thing all the time. And I used to go to a restaurant with my ex a long time ago, and we would go there and I would ask, like, do you have this? And they're like, oh yeah, we have all those things in the back. And I'm like, could you make me like a big giant salad? No dressing, just a big salad. And they would have so much fun with that. They'd put like apples and raisins and like what corn or whatever else they had in the back that was raw. And then the waitress would always be like, oh, the chef had so much fun making your salad. And I was like, thank you. So there are ways to do that and not to fear the future situations. That's another big key thing that I want to share. Very, very important to remember this. We get good at our habits when we practice them when it's hard. Listen to that again. We get good at our habits when we practice them when it's hard, when it's challenging, when it's scary, when it's, oh my gosh, I don't know. When you practice your habit during those times, you're gonna get really good at your habits because you're practicing them in a time where you're actually choosing it over a current habit. And that is, in itself is extremely powerful. So I like to say to people, instead of fearing social situations, instead of fearing travel, instead of fearing any of those things, embrace them as a challenge to yourself. Embrace it as an opportunity to practice your new habit. Be like, I am so excited to go to that wedding because I'm going to practice being a raw vegan there. What am I going to take? What am I going to do? And plan it out. Because the reason we feel overwhelmed is because we don't have a plan. We don't know what we're going to do. So you have to actually plan it. Write it down. And people who write things down are like, I don't even know what the percentage is. It's really high. It's like 60 or 80% more likely to do their plan just by writing it down. And that's powerful. Write it down on a piece of paper with your hand and a pen. Write down what you're going to have for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Write down what you're going to do when you go to the wedding. Schedule in the prep. If you're going to go to the wedding, blend your dressing beforehand and put it in a little jar in your bag and take it with you to the wedding. And then but you have to have a plan. If you don't have a plan, you're going to feel overwhelmed. So if you want to diffuse the overwhelm, get a plan. Planning is key to everything in life. It's super important. And if we avoid these challenging situations, if we're like, I don't want to go to the wedding because I don't know what I'm going to eat. I don't want to go to that restaurant because I have no idea what I'm going to do. I don't want to go to that friend's picnic because I don't know what's going to happen. If we avoid these situations, we're not going to get good at them. We're not going to get good at choosing raw when we're there. So embrace it as a challenge to start practicing your new habits. So hopefully that helps answer that question. It's a really, really good question. Stay present, that's good. I guess I need to rein in my thoughts. Definitely need to rein in our thoughts. We need to really understand that today is the only day that really exists. Tomorrow already happened. We can learn from, tomorrow hasn't happened yet. I meant yesterday. Yesterday has already happened. We can learn from yesterday. Tomorrow hasn't happened yet. We can plan for tomorrow. But today is the day that makes the most difference. If you want your future tomorrows that will become your new todays, if you want those to be easy, you need to practice your new habits today. So that's what's going to ultimately change the course of your life, is changing your daily habits. I really love the quote. One of my absolute favorite quotes is, we don't determine our future. We determine our habits, and our habits determine our future. Because our daily habits determine our health. Our daily habits determine the course of our life. What we do every day changes our life. If you want to be a writer, write every day. If you want to be an athlete, practice your sport every day. If you want to run a marathon, run every day. If you want to eat raw food every day, even if it's just one meal to start out with. Don't allow yourself to feel the overwhelm, because comparison is the thief of joy. When we compare ourselves to other people, so-and-so's been raw for 10 years, or I can't do this, or I can't do that, I haven't been able to do it, whatever. When you start comparing yourself to others, or judging yourself on your perfection or how your progress, when you start judging your progress, that steals your daily joy. And today is the only moment that counts. And I also want to thank you guys for spending this very moment with me here on this live. This is a sacred moment. Every single second of your life is sacred. And thank you for spending that sacred time with me here and choosing to change the way you view yourself, changing how you spend your day. Your habits are going to determine your life. And you have complete control over your habits. A lot of people say, I don't have control over my habits. But again, that's a myth. You do have control over your habits. You just have to plan your new ones and practice your new ones, and you'll get better at them. You do get better at what you practice, and we see this in all kinds of areas. You get better at your new language when you practice it. You get better at the guitar when you practice it. You get better at sport when you practice it. You get better at gardening when you practice it. Diet is no different. You get better when you practice it. So practice it in the challenging times when you're scared of what's going to happen. Have a plan and practice. Take it as a challenge to practice your new habits. Let's see, we got any other questions in here. Can I download the bundle on PC or laptop? Yes, and yes, you can download it anywhere onto any device. You can download it onto your phone, onto your iPad, your Android, your desktop, your laptop, whatever. All you need to do is buy the bundle for one, click the link in my bio or in the description on YouTube, and you'll get an email, and in the email there's a download link. Click on that download link and download all the files onto whatever device that you have. Two things with this. Number one, you only have 1 year to download the stuff. So when you buy it, download everything. It only takes like 5 minutes. There's 40 things in there. So there is a download all button at the very bottom. You can just click download all and it'll download them all. It takes just a few minutes. You have a year to do that. Once the year is up, you will not be able to download the content. So once you download the content onto your device, you have it forever as long as you keep the files. So that's why we say you can have them forever, but you have to back your files up. And this goes for all important files, including your taxes, your photos that you don't want to lose. Back up your important files, because if something happens to your device and it's been over a year, you won't be able to get those files back. So please put them in a safe backup file somewhere. Google Drive, Dropbox, USB stick, iCloud, external drive, whatever. Put it somewhere safe, so if something happens to your device, you can always access those from your backup. So yes, you can download onto PC, laptop, iPad, iPhone, Android, whatever. Bonnie says your mom's book is also really nice. So good you inspired your mom. Oh, yes, you guys, if you buy the bundle, you also get my mom's brand new ebook called My Gentle Kitchen. And she found so much passion and purpose in writing this book. She's amazing. I love my mom so much. Her name's Lori, and we're going to be going live on Tuesday. So watch for that. If you want to know all the lives that are going on, you can click the link in my bio to go to the website or in the description. And at the top, there's a menu and it says 2023 live event schedule. That's where you can see all the lives that we're doing with everybody. So if you're interested in any of the topics that we've got going on or any person that you want to learn more about or whatever, go watch their lives. We've got lives going on all day, every day until May 11th at the end of the bundle. So this online, it's like an online festival where we get to hang out with you, answer your questions, inspire you. This is your time to learn more about the raw diet. Again, the bundle is all raw, it's all new, and it's all yours for $50. It's worth over $1,800, but if you buy it now, and the only time to buy it is here until May 11th. So if you want it, go grab it. Get my mom's book, my new rap book, all kinds of goodies. Anna Rena says, yes, last year I didn't know about the lives. This time I'm treating it like a conference, watching as much as I can. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you so much for joining all the lives. Yes, every time we do the raw bundle, it is an online festival. And everybody does these lives because we want to help you. That's the whole point of the bundle. We want to help you. So we put all our brand new content into the bundle so that you can get re-inspired and you can learn new stuff. You can find new people to follow. And I really highly recommend opening some of the books in there and learning from these people, because there's some really cool stuff. Nate and I have been raw for a long time and we make our own food. We have our favorites, but it's been so amazing. The English language doesn't have as many words as I'd like to express things. But we have been having so much fun opening these books and trying recipes from other people, because everybody has their own flavor profile. They have their own tips and tricks and ideas, like Chris Kendall with his stews. Amazing. So open these books and really explore. My journey in eating raw foods while I watch. Oh yes. Watch the lives and enjoy some foods. Fruit and salads, and slowly add other things. Yes, exactly. Eat what feels good and then slowly increase your variety. Let's see. Do you need a dehydrator for the wraps? Nate made that smoothie and it's really good. So yes, you need a dehydrator to make the wraps. I formulated these wrap recipes to work in the dehydrator. I have no idea if you can do them in the oven. My thoughts are that they will get crunchy and turn into crackers because of the high heat. The reason we use a dehydrator is because number one, it keeps it raw. It's using temperatures under 115 degrees Fahrenheit, and it's simply drying it as if it would be dried in the sun in a controlled environment. So dehydrator keeps things raw, and the special thing about the dehydrator is the airflow. So some people ask if they can use the oven. There's no airflow in the oven. It's just heat. So, and it's higher heat. So it's gonna bake it into a cracker. Again, this is just my thoughts. I don't use an oven. I haven't used an oven in almost 9 years. I don't cook food, so I don't know how these would work. I formulated them to be made in a dehydrator, but you can get used dehydrators. Craigslist. Nate found his dehydrator for like 150 bucks on Craigslist, and it still works. We still use it like multiple times a week. So you can get used ones. I recommend the Excalibur dehydrator and the 9 tray. The reason I recommend the 9 tray is because you can fit a lot of more stuff in there. And when I was by myself, single, and I needed a new dehydrator, I went through 3 cheap ones in a year. They broke, the fan broke, they were stacker trays, it couldn't fit a wrap or anything interesting in there. Like you could really just use it to like dehydrate banana chips or apples or sun-dried tomatoes or whatever. Like you couldn't really do any cool stuff in there. So after those 3 broke, I was finally like, okay, I'm just gonna buy the Excalibur. But I was hesitating between the 5 tray because it was smaller and the 9 tray. And I had like no space in my kitchen. It was basically where I used to live in Canada. It was a hotel that they converted into apartments. So think hotel kitchen, like small. We're talking like I had maybe like 4 feet by 2 feet counter space. And I put I got the 9 tray because I was like, yes, I might not have space today. Yes, I might not use all 9 trays today, but one day I might have space and one day I might need 9 trays. So I invested the extra. It was just a little extra. I mean, a little extra, but you know what I mean? It was extra to get the bigger one. I was like, if I'm going to invest in this, I'm going to get the big one because just in case in the future, I'm going to regret getting the small one. So I bought the 9 tray and I got a little table from IKEA for like 10 bucks. And I put my dehydrator on the table and it lived in my living room because I had no space in my kitchen. So our dehydrator also, I don't know if you can see right here, that's our dehydrator and that's our freezer. It's in the living room because we don't have spot for it anywhere else. We live in a high rise in Las Vegas and we make it work because we want it to work. So that's my thoughts on the dehydrator. But yes, you need it to make the wraps. Anarina says, I have used Lissa's books and I have everything from shopping lists, walking you through what to do the night before, day of. Her recipes are very well thought out, no waste. Thank you so much. I'm glad you love those. Been struggling with carbs. I crave bread every day. All right. Cravings are a reflection of your daily habits. Habits are the key to life. Your habits are going to determine the course of your life. So when you're hungry, you have a craving. Your craving is a reflection of what you do every day. So if you're craving bread, it's because you eat bread. If you're craving pizza, it's because you normally default to pizza. If you're craving chips, it's normally, and yes, emotional stuff and everything come into play as well. But for the most part, it's because you're hungry. So eat something that is along your goals, right? I hate to say good or bad. I really want to release the labels on all of that, but choose something that aligns with your goals. And if you're looking for bread, get the bundle, because in the bundle you get my raw wraps ebook, which has 33 recipes for raw vegan wraps. We've got the everything but the bagel wraps in the dehydrator right now. It's made with vegetables and fruit, not any grains or flours or anything like that. And we do use a little psyllium husk, but psyllium husk is a prebiotic fiber for the gut microbiome. It's mucilaginous, so it's very healing on the gut. It's a really great ingredient. So that's what we put in our wraps. There's 1 tablespoon per wrap, so it's not like it's a huge amount either. But it's loaded with fruits and vegetables, loaded with fiber, and it's got that satiation of having a wrap. So other breads also, if you guys get the bundle, link in my bio or in the description, you can get Raw Nation by Daniel McKinnon. His ebook is in the bundle too. He's got a green banana bread, he's got a zucchini bread, and he's got a pumpkin bread, and he's got coconut instant raw vegan noodles. He's brilliant. His recipes are amazing. And then also, if you buy the bundle, you also get an ebook from Lena. Lena is Lena Laloon on Instagram, and her ebook is called Next Level Pasta. We made the penne al arrabbiata from her ebook. It's a very unique, really cool recipe. If you're looking for some noodles, her ebook is raw versions of some classic favorites. Now, again, it's not going to taste exactly like bread, but it's going to hit those spots of creativity and uniqueness within. So ultimately, I would say the vast majority of cravings are simply because you're hungry. You haven't eaten enough. So eat. Eat something that aligns with your goals, and then change your habits, because cravings only change when you change your habits. I now crave raw food. I used to not, because it wasn't my habit yet. In the beginning, I had to consciously change what I was doing every day and what I was choosing in challenging situations. That's the thing. If you're craving something because you're in a challenging, stressful situation or peer pressure or whatever, if you're not used to practicing choosing raw food during those times, you're not going to get good at it. So you have to choose the raw when you're having the craving, and over time, and we're talking time, like months to years, over time, the more you do it, the better you get at it. So hopefully that helps. Let's see, what else do we have in the chat here? Oh, there's lots of other stuff here. Is there any book like your meal plan books in the bundle? We do have a 7-day reset. We have another 7-day kind of reset thing, but there aren't any meal plans in here. The thing with this bundle is everything is brand new. So I do have meal plans. You can DM me if you want the link to my other ebooks. You can totally get those. But we don't have any like exclusive meal plans in this specific bundle. We are part of multiple bundles. I think another bundle that I'm going to be in later on is going to have one of my meal plans in it. I think I'm going to put meal plan 3 in that one. So you can watch for that. That's coming in the future in the summer. But for this raw bundle, there is a 7-day raw reset. So it's like 7 days with 21 recipes, and that's by Raw Vegan Emma. And yeah, but you can always make your own plan too. Remember that. Learn how to plan your own meals. Learn how to plan breakfast, smoothie, lunch, salad, dinner, something fun from the bundle. It's pretty simple. You just need to get into the bundle and choose some meals and make that work for you. And don't worry about all the little things. Just start eating more raw food and start exploring new recipes. Name of Lissa's book, please. My book is called Hand Salads. Melissa Maris. So everything in the bundle is listed by alphabetical author. So Melissa Maris is my name. You'll find it in the M, and it says Melissa Maris Hand Salads Raw Vegan Wraps. If you buy the bundle, link in bio or in the description box below. What else do we have here? Your meal plan volume 1, 2, and 3, not in the bundle. Correct. Yes, those are on my website. I need a photo shoot when I lose my weight. You need a photo shoot right now because you're beautiful. You're beautiful right now. That's like such an important thing that we really need to embrace is, yes, we might be losing weight, we might be improving our health, but loving yourself right now is the biggest gift that you can give yourself. So yes, do a photo shoot when you get to your goals, but do a photo shoot now because you're beautiful now. Can we make the wrap skins in bulk and freeze or somehow store them to keep the pliability? You can make them in advance. Nate and I made 4 wraps last night, and we're gonna wrap them all today so they last 3 days. We're gonna make enough wraps for today for lunch, for tomorrow's hike, which, by the way, you guys, we're gonna be live from a mountain peak tomorrow at noon PST. So if you wanna join us for that live, we're gonna have so much fun. We're gonna be wrapping those wraps today at 2 p.m. PST, so join us for a live then. But yes, you could put them in the freezer. It does, The freezer is a little tricky. You need enough space for it to lay flat. If it's not laying flat, it can crack. So you can try. I don't really recommend having them in the freezer. If you're going to store them, I like to store them just on the tray. Like, don't peel it off the tray until you're ready to use it, please. If you start to peel it off the tray, it's going to dry on the other side and it's going to get crunchy. So you want to keep it on the tray as long as you can. And the best place to store them is in a Ziploc bag, maybe in the fridge. And that should be helpful to keep the pliability. But Nate and I we use them like as they're done. So we don't really like to store or make big batches of stuff. We make enough for the next day or 2 or 3 max. And then on the night that we want more, we just blend it. It's so easy to blend the recipe. It takes like 10 minutes, maybe 11 minutes to blend, pour, spread it, and put it in the dehydrator. So it's not a lot of prep work. So we don't really need to batch create them for ourselves, but you can experiment with different ways to preserve. But honestly, the best way would be to keep it flat on the tray and put it in a Ziploc bag in the fridge. But again, you need to keep it flat. So unless you have like a space in your fridge where it's flat, where you could put them, you can, again, play around with different ways of storing it, but that's probably what I would do if I had to. Let's see what else have we got in the chat. I've been having so much fun. Oh, Symbiotic Solutions in the house. Sup, fam? He's awesome. Awesome, Rainey. Wonderful talk. Thank you. You're very welcome. This was a really good talk. I'm glad that we could have this conversation. We're going to be back at 4 p.m. PST tonight, and we're going to be going over your struggles. So if you have something you want to share, we're here to listen and to brainstorm solutions for you. Worrying about May, June 7 special occasions. Oh yes, special occasions. All you have to do, if you're worried about a special occasion, go into it with a plan. Plan out what you want to eat, whether you have to take something or you can ask somebody if they can make something. Plan it, because planning diffuses overwhelm. Planning is key. Gold information. Oh, thank you so much, you guys. I'm so glad that this is helpful. Yes, you can download onto a bundle. You can download the bundle onto PC or laptop. I have a page of notes. Thanks for these gems of wisdom. I'm feeling joy to continue. Oh, that makes my heart so happy. Thank you. I'm glad that those were helpful to you. Indigo Plant-Based Vegan says, I love your bundle. Thank you so much. I'm glad that you do. Yes, Google Drive is a great place to put the bundle because then you can access it from any device. So if anything happens to your main device, you can still access the files once you download them. Can you mention how to get the lives for 2023? Correct, yes. We've got the lives on the website. So there aren't links to go to the actual live if they've already been done. We're gonna add that after the bundle is done because it's a lot of work to do that. But if you're looking for the future lives, go to the link in my bio or the link in the description. And at the top of the bundle website, there is a menu and it says 2023 live event schedule. And then it has all the days up until May 11th and all the lives that we're doing. So it'll say live on Raw Food Romance with so-and-so, right? So if it says live on The Raw Advantage or live on Edith Agostone or live on Raw Natty Nate, just click live on, just click that and it'll take you to their Instagram. But click on it at the time so that you can join at the time that they go live. But that's how you find the lives. What brand dehydrator? We personally love our Excalibur 9 tray. We have I think it's the 3926TB version. It's the cheapest, most inexpensive one. It's got the solid door on it. It's like, we just got the smallest one. It's got a timer, which is really nice, but Anarina says, get the lives. Go to her Instagram or even any recent YouTube video and click more. There's a link to the bundle. Yes. What kind of food do you like? I eat raw food. I'm vegan. I don't eat any animal products whatsoever. I don't eat honey. I don't eat eggs. I don't eat milk. I don't eat cheese. I don't eat flesh of any kind. I am vegan for ethical reasons. So I choose a vegan life for ethical reasons. And veganism isn't a diet. Veganism is not a diet. Veganism is an ethical stand against animal exploitation. Diet just happens to be part of that, but veganism itself is not a diet. It's an ethical belief system. Plant-based is a diet, for sure. But veganism itself is an ethical stand against animal exploitation. So that's why I choose vegan. And I choose raw because I love raw. I love raw food. I love how it makes me feel. And I don't choose raw because I'm scared of cooked food. I choose raw because I want to eat raw food and it makes me feel great. Well, we got Chef AJ in the house. Chef AJ and I wrote a book for the bundle. It's called Make It Raw 2. So you get that when you buy the bundle as well. There's 28 recipes in there. I took Chef AJ's recipes and I made them raw. So some really good, cool, awesome stuff in there as well. Let's see what else we got here in the chat. My 9-tray Excel lives in my dining room. Yes, Excalibur. Yeah, the Excaliburs, I mean, ours lives in the living room too, because why not, right? I've had the 9-tray since I first dabbled with raw 15 years ago. So glad, although I've gone in and out and back. I'm glad you're back. I'm glad that you're including more raw food into your diet. Ready to buy the bundle and make your wraps. Yes, I hope you guys make wraps. And if you do make wraps, tag me. Take a picture of the wrap or take a video of you biting into it and tag me. I really love seeing videos and pictures of you guys enjoying my creations. It's so much fun to see. If I DM you, would you please send me a link to the dehydrator? 100%. Send me a DM. I'll be more than happy to send you the links to anything. The link to the bundle, the link to the dehydrator, the link to whatever. If you want anything, just send me a DM. I'm here to help you. That's my job. And I spend all day, hours a day, answering your questions and DMs and emails. A lot of behind the scenes stuff that people don't see happens. I sit on this couch hours every day answering questions for free, and that's why we do the bundle, because this is how we pay rent and buy food and all that kind of stuff. So I help you for free, and the bundle helps us to eat. So but I'm always here for you. Send me a DM on Instagram. Instagram is where you're going to be able to get me the fastest, because I basically live on Instagram. So send me a DM at Raw Food Romance and we can chat about anything you want. Links, I'll send them to you. It's all good. Is there any of Nate's sprouting wisdom in the bundle? So in the bundle, we do have sprouting in the Raw Wraps book. So I have a little sprouting guide in there. Nate is actually doing a grow along happening right now. He's doing a grow along where he is growing with you guys. So at 8 a.m. every morning, he has the grow along going, and he's right now, I think it's day 6. So he's got them, I think, coming out of germination, where he's teaching the microgreens. So that's for free. Just join in at his live 8 a.m. PST, and you can watch past ones. I think he's got them on YouTube as well. So join in for that. Can you show your website, please? Oh, I could definitely do that. So this is our view. This is our view from our high rise in Las Vegas. And let me just pull up, you guys can see this view. I'm just gonna pull up the website and take you to the website. So here we go. This is the website, and I've got this video. Please go watch the video. It's amazing. It took me 7 hours to make it. So I hope you enjoy. You've got 5 days left, 5 days and 12 hours left to buy the bundle. And there's some Q&A here, like what happens if you don't get the download link, how much space. It's 355 megabytes of space, so it's less than half a gig for all the content. We compressed it, so they were smaller files, so don't take up a lot of space on your phone. This is the Buy Now button. You click on the Buy Now button and you pay the $50. $50 gets you absolutely everything that you're gonna see on this website. Just one payment of $50 gets you absolutely everything, worth over $1,800. So you're getting the group collaboration ebook, which is a collector's edition, which you can only buy in the bundle. Chris Kendalls Sweet and Savory Stews, my hand salads wrap book, Nate's kitchen essentials course for raw vegans. And then we have Make It Raw Volume 2. This is the ebook that I wrote with Chef AJ. There's 28 raw recipes in there. Everything's raw, by the way, guys. Everything is raw and low fat, oil free, and gluten free. Asian Sweets and Treats from Yin. This is a really cool course. There is so much content in her course. It's worth $85 on its own. She's going to sell it for $85 after the bundle. But when you buy the bundle for $50, you get it. You also get Dr. Rick and Karen Dina's new contribution called The Dressing Difference. And this ebook here from Matt, I think this book is worth the entire bundle itself. It is amazing. There's over 200 pages, I think. There's recipes and so much good stuff in there. This is exclusive to the bundle, the Finding Stillness Beginner's Yin Yoga course from Angelica. Lena has her next level pasta recipes. We've got Sachi, who has her I Put Love in My Body. Sachi's an amazing soul. She's really opened up and she's grown a lot. She shares her story of self-love and overcoming eating disorders. So that is a very important and powerful ebook. Here's my mama. My mother wrote an ebook for this bundle. It's called My Gentle Kitchen, and she's got some really awesome recipes in there. I love her recipes. We've got Alana Jordan, who has Smoothies and Spice and Everything Nice. I didn't know you made the website. Yeah, I made the entire website. Chris Kendall is my co-partner with the bundle. He does a lot of the back-end stuff as well, but I did all of the website. So beautiful and easy to navigate, and I'm tech challenged. I'm glad that this website is helpful for you. This is Arnold Kaufman. He's Arnold's Way. He has a restaurant, I think, in New York, and this is his contribution. We've got 7-Day Chakra Expansion ebook. This one is a 7-day open your chakras. Raw Sweet Feast from Debbie Adler if you're looking for some desserts. We've got a exclusive interview with Ted Carr and Dr. Doug Graham. This was made special for this bundle. So when you buy the bundle for $50, you get everything on this website, including this Raw Food Secrets ebook. So buy the bundle so you can watch this. I think it's 3 hours long, and it's what's the website name? The link is in the description box, or I mean in my bio or description box on YouTube. It's the bundle. This is the bundle website. So if you bought the bundle, you've been to the website. This is Ellen Livingston. You get her Following Nature Home ebook. That's her, it's kind of like her journey with raw food. Lexi has her Intro to DBT, skills centered around core mindfulness, distress tolerance, interpersonal effectiveness, and emotional regulation. So that's a really important thing for our mental health and for succeeding on a raw diet. Emily has Vegan from Birth, raising vegan babies and alternatives for formula. Or if you can't breastfeed, she's got some alternatives there too. Manifest Your Dream Life by Louise. This is a really great one for your mindset. We've got Healthy Gourmet Raw by Edith, and Classics by Sky, and Love Recipes by Roya. So there's tons of recipes. Again, you're getting over 400 recipes. Everything on this website is yours for $50. Just click the link in my bio or in the description. We've got a newborn manual from Emily. We have Autopilot Your Raw Vegan Success course by Rennie and Jesse. They have recipes in there as well. So does Wendy. Wendy has some recipes. She's got her 7 steps to unlimited energy. And this course is, I mean, everything is so important in this bundle, but this book or this course is worth $247. That's how much she's selling it after, but you get it in the bundle. When you buy now for $50, you get this course, and it's so thorough. Like, I'm mind blown by everything that she has in this course, and it's along the same thoughts of my, like how I do raw and how I view everything. So Miriam is amazing. She's got an amazing course here, which I highly recommend everybody who buys the bundle to sign up and go through her course. Then we've got some workout stuff. We've got Madison, who has 2-in-1 workout guides. We've got Ted Carr, his gym and body weight guide, where he has videos showing you all the exercise he does and how to grow muscle on a raw diet. We've got the 7-day raw reset. That's the one I was talking about. That's 21 recipes over 7 days. You get breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So it's a good intro meal plan. We've got Introduction to Sacred Sound from Kavita. which is a really great intro practice. We've got the Raw Energy Reset by Stacy, a 6-day Ashtanga yoga course by Julia. And if you're worried about protein, check out Taylor's ebook that's in the bundle called The Protein Myth. And Ronnie submitted the Worldwide Fruit Festival Guide for 2023. So if you're looking for places to meet up and join up with other raw foodies and celebrate fruit, grab this book and maybe attend a festival. Everything is in the bundle and everything is $50. Ted Carr has his money-making manifestation ebook. This is a great way to boost your business. And this ebook is another super unique ebook that has been contributed by Daniel McKinnon. I love Daniel's recipes. He is a brilliant chef, very, very, very creative. He's got the Burberry burger. He's got buns and bread and instant noodles. How long do we have to join the courses after bundle purchase? Please do it in a timely manner ASAP, as soon as you can, and enjoy the courses. The thing is, when you join a course, like for example, if you join Miriam's course, we'll just go up here. Because you buy the bundle, you get access to her course. Join the course and attend the course and do the work and enjoy it and take notes. The thing is, we keep the courses up for as long as humanly possible. So whoever is her host for the course, I mean, we're for the courses specifically, the person who creates the course is at the mercy of the host, the internet host. So I personally use payhip.com as my host for my courses, and hopefully Payhip doesn't go out of business. And I've been using Payhip for over almost 9 years now, so I think they're pretty solid. They're not going to go anywhere. And I'm pretty sure Miriam, I think she uses Payhip. I'm not sure, but her course, it's going to be up for a long time. But the goal is to use the content. Use the content, get in there, enjoy it, take notes, and use the content. That's where you're going to have the most success, is when you actually use the stuff. It's one thing to learn or to have, but it's another thing to implement. So we really want to be making the recipes. We want to be implementing the mindset. We want to be learning about stories and getting inspired. So that's where we want to actually be using the bundle. Using the things in there. So Karen Ramsey has her How I Cleared Cystic Acne, and I'm going to go live with her soon as well. We're going to talk about cystic acne because I dealt with that as well. And then we have Raw Vegan in Hawaiian from Raw Coconut Girl. So you get everything on this website. See it all. You're getting it all, and it's all brand new stuff. No one has anything in here unless they bought the bundle. So if you want to buy all this stuff for $50, then click the buy now button. When you click the buy now button, it takes you to a buy page where you can pay with credit card or you can pay with PayPal. Put your email in. Please make sure that you spell your email right so that you get the email. And put your card in or do PayPal or whatever. Once you pay, you get an email with a download link. And the download link takes you to this page right here. Can you purchase courses like the ones in the bundle? The courses in the bundle, you get all the courses that are in the bundle, but you have to buy the bundle to get them. The courses will be available after, but you'll have to pay full price. So buy the bundle because it's only $50 and you get all this. All of it, you get it all for one payment of $50. So go grab the bundle. Teams Newman says, I've printed out individual recipes I make this week. That's awesome. That's a great idea. Print out those recipes. I also recommend screenshots for people who like the digital. Screenshots are really great. But see, these are all the things you get. You get the group collaborator ebook, Alana's smoothie book, Angelica's yin yoga course, Arnold's inspirational exhilaration, Chef AJ and my ebook that we wrote, Make It Raw too. And you just click download and you download the book. Everything in here is new. Click the link in my bio. Chris Kendalls, Cravings Buster Sweet and Savory Stews. You get Daniel McKinnon's Raw Nation, Darlene's Chakra Expansion, Debbie's Raw Sweet Feast, this exclusive interview with Doug and Ted. Click download and you'll get access to that. Dr. Rick and Karen Dina, their Dressing Difference ebook. Edith has her Healthy Gourmet Raw. Ellen, Following Nature Home, that's her journey story. Emma's 7-Day Raw Vegan Reset. Emily's Newborn Manual and Emily's Vegan from Birth. Happy Raw Rennie and Jessie have their Autopilot Your Raw Vegan Success course. Julie Asana has 6-Day Ashtanga course. Kavita has an introduction to sound healing course. My mom, this is my mom, you guys. My mom wrote an ebook for this book. There's 23 recipes in there. It's called My Gentle Kitchen. Just click download and you get it. Lena has Next Level Pasta. Lexi is her introduction for going and staying raw. Louise has Manifest Your Dream Life. 2-for-1 workout guide from Madison. 5-star salad revolution by Matt. Here's my hand salads ebook. Melissa Maris, that's me. Hand salads, raw vegan wraps. If you want all of this for only one payment of $50, click the link in my bio and download that ebook. Miriam has her food freedom course. Again, this is the course that was worth $247. You get it as part of the bundle. My husband Nate has his kitchen essentials course. That's a 4-hour course teaching you about all the stuff that we use, and you get it in the bundle. Raw Chef Yin has a course as well. This is an $85 course on its own, but you get it in the bundle. Raw Coconut Girl has her raw vegan and Hawaiian recipes. Ronnie has his Fruit Festival guide. Roya's Love Recipes. Sachi's Self-Love ebook. Sky has her classics ebook. Stacy, Raw Energy Reset. Taylor, The Protein Myth. Ted Carr, Easiest Way for Making Money, and his workout guide. And Wendy's 7 Simple Steps. Now, you can download them all individually. That's totally cool. But because there's only 40 in this bundle, you can click download all. Check it out, you guys. This is on a computer. I don't know how it works on the phone. I haven't done it on the phone yet. But if you click download all, look what it does. See how easy that is? Downloading. Anything in Nate's course about sprouting? I think he does talk about sprouting tools. He doesn't teach sprouting. He has a course, a whole course on sprouting separate. And that course is $97, but he has a 40% off code. So if you wanted to get Nate's course about sprouting and microgreens, send me a DM and I'll send you the link to that course. Again, it's $97. He's got 40% off, but you get, look at all this. It's still going. You get all of that for $50 if you click the link in my bio or in the description. And then once you have them, see, I already have a folder here with the bundle, but once you're done, like you have, like, this is the easiest one for Ted Carr's. Here are simple steps that Wendy made. You just click on it and drag it onto your desktop, and there it is. And then you just open it. Look at that. There's Wendy's book that you got in the bundle. So really, once you download them onto your desktop, you're going to want to put these into a safe place like a USB stick, Google Drive, Dropbox, so that you have them. Because if something happened to my computer, I wouldn't have access to these anymore. But I would if I had them on a USB stick or in Google Drive. I'd be able to put them back onto my new laptop. If something ever happened to this one, I still want to have access to these. So I do have them also in Google Drive so that I can, I can access those. Lois is asking, previously I've had to download each book at a time. Do these ones let you download all? Yes, these ones download all. The reason why is because this bundle, there's only 40 things in this bundle, so the download all button works. The bundles that have over 100 things in them, the download all button doesn't always work because there's too much for the computer to do. But because this bundle has 40 things, the download all button works really well. You can also save to Dropbox, which is a great place to put your backup. So you can click that and it'll put all of those, if you log into your Dropbox, it'll put those into your Dropbox. So yeah, that's why you had to do it individually, is because past bundles that had more stuff in it doesn't always work properly. But thank you guys for checking all of that out with me. I hope you really enjoyed this live. I'm going to put it up onto YouTube. So if you want to watch it, if you missed it, you can definitely go back. We're talking about overwhelm, perfectionism, habit changes, and how to make this lifestyle work. So we're going to be back live at 2 p.m. So in 2.5 hours, Nate and I are going to be live wrapping wraps and getting ready for our big hike on Sunday. If you want to join us in there, if you want to watch how we wrap the wraps, if you want to hear about travel, prep, planning, hiking, camping as a raw vegan, please join us 2 p.m. PST today on my channel and Nate's channel. So yeah, Anarina said, okay, that looked pretty easy. I'm getting it today. Awesome. Yes, go grab the bundle. If you haven't gotten the bundle yet, you have, I believe you have 5 days left, and that's it. And then you won't be able to get this collection ever again. This specific collection is only here until May 11th. If you want to get all our new content for $50, that's everybody's new content. That's 40 things for $50. Go to the link in my bio or the link in the description if you're watching on YouTube, and go grab that and enjoy all the awesome content that we have for you. So thank you for joining me again for this live. We'll be back at 2 o'clock with Nate, and we'll be back 4 o'clock here to talk about your struggles. If you want to join, have like a healing circle kind of brainstorming session with me, we'll be here at 4 o'clock doing that. But I love you guys so much. Go grab the bundle, link in my bio. Fruit on.